Hello everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for all of you that have tuned in for this episode of special episode of Heinz Sight. Kind of something that I've never done before. A lot of the things are changing really fast on this channel, primarily because I know exactly what direction I want to go, and I kind of want to steer into that direction. So if many things, if you've been subscribed onto this channel for a while, and it seems like so many things are changing, this is the reason why. Because a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now is more based on analysis and trying to be really technical and provide as much guys as possible to understand these legal cases. That's at least the direction I want to head into. So I appreciate every single one of you that have been patient while I've been making this transition. But definitely one of these streams, one of the things I'm going to be rolling out, as well as the previous stream that I done in regards to the Ashley Benefield, as you knew from that stream, I'll be bringing out a lot of Heinz reports and providing case files, so that while you're watching a trial, you can be inundated with all the information that may have been accumulated that day. And even if you missed it, you don't have to go watch it, you can get that. So that's the case files done. Personal profiles though, I've always struggled with this. I'm not great with person, so you guys have to be like kind of my guide and barometer here, because it's very easy to set up a profile for an organization or an entity, but for a person, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled putting together this profile for Laura Owens. So hopefully you guys can feedback with me and let me know what you guys think. But it's not like the report is not the report or the analysis in of itself is something that I'm going to be using for Substack. So I thought I start off this stream by just giving that little basic primer info while I wait for everyone to join in. So if you're watching this back on replay, at the very least you know which direction that we're heading into on this channel. But definitely in regards with this profile, I'm only gonna give you like a personal character profile. It's not going to be like a psychological profile or anything like that. That's more for the Substack when or anything like when I have done extensive research to put together my opinions, so that it's not just off the cuff like this. However, when I do it on stream, it will be off the cuff. So when I get into the profile review, it's not going to be, I'm going to be very honest. Like I said, when it came to the analysis, if I'm not writing the article, it's going to be very difficult for me to envision how I'm going to analyze this if I'm not publishing it tomorrow or today, especially if I'm not even going to be using it on the stream, because it's not like the Excel spreadsheets that I've made, for example. So I just want to go to the chat really quickly while I wait for everyone to join. Just Jen, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. My chats, oh gosh, let me try and fix this. I don't know why they're not highlighting today. I thought I fixed it last time, but unfortunately they're not highlighting today again for some reason. But yeah, Just Jen, thank you so much for sharing into the chat. I hope you guys are you guys would I hope it's good enough anyway, at the very least. That's it, all done. Hi, Dr. Heinz, Jocelyn, welcome. But I hope that the profile is enough. Like, you guys do like the arguments that I present, or the resources that I present, to kind of break down how I've arrived at every point of these of what I put together so far. Like I said, like, I'm not very good with putting together reports of personnel. I've never done that in my life, to be honest. I've always done reports mainly on companies, so it's a bit easier for me to transition over into doing what I'm doing. But yeah, anyway, Nom de Plume, welcome. Evening to you too, Nom de Plume. So just to go over, because Just to go over, I'm going to be. I have done a deep dive into Laura Owens, and I've got a bit of opinions. This is just going to be a foundational, setting the scene kind of for what I think of her when I have got to now that I've got to read all of this information, got to see all of her communications, got to see. I've selected only very few to make a bit of the points that I want to make, but definitely in the future, if I do decide to go down this route, because again, like I said, it's not really, I'm not like this is not my skill set. My skill set is basically the case files that I've shown you for Ashley Benefit, etc. So depending on how this goes, especially if you guys like it as well, especially if you guys actually find a lot of value from it, if you guys actually say, actually, if you do it this way, it could work out better or something like that, and I find that works, I'll be doing a lot more of this, because I personally find it very interesting to have seen at least. There was only one podcast that I was able to find, very thanks to massive thanks to Hey Bells, who has been really instrumental in, like, providing me with the links required to find everything that I needed to kind of see what type of person she would be. So definitely Hey Bells 100% for that. But definitely Ketchup Squeeze is going to be back this week. It's back this week. It's just one story. I can't wait to share it with you, because it's a very big story, and I might do a stream on it to go through the details of what's going on there. And yeah, but that's going to be later. Stick around for that. It's just a segment that I basically do where I find notable stories of the week, and I just opine on them based on what I think is valuable to learn from there, whatever whatever it might be. So anyway, thank you so much. RJ White, let me go back to the chat. RJ White says, hope you make decent money from ads after having to sit through those. You're lucky you're worth it. Thank you. I didn't even, that must be by automatically then. I have left my ad roll on, so I guess it's automatic. I have turned on the automatic ads, so hopefully that shouldn't be the case. I usually add it for replay, etc. But yeah, Hey Bells, yes, you have been very helpful. Now I am very okay, so let's just go straight into the profile. So I am okay, so let's see here. Let's just go straight into the profile. As I was saying, okay. We go. Yeah, that's the one. All right. So it is not, by the way, like I said, this is all I have. This is all I have. This is all basic information. What I'm basically going to do for today, but like I said, this full analysis this is how it's going to be like in a Substack. It's going to start off like this, and then you're going to go straight into a full analysis, and I'm going to explain the reasons why I get the point. Why I'm making that particular Substack article on top of the case file. But I want to explain this part for this stream, personality traits, and why I've picked this part out of 17 recognized personality traits that I think it was 17. I believe it was 17. I think it was a lot of personality traits that I picked up, but I had to like narrow it down based on the patterns, the recurring, what tend to stuck out a lot more as I was collecting this. So to me, these 5 personalities stuck out, and I'm going to explain each and every, at least for 3 of them. And anyway, for what time permits, I'm going to explain why I've chosen this with a lot of the resources that's out there, thanks to the Justice for Clayton community. And I'm going to explain why I believe she has this personality markup. I'm going to explain how these childhood events, fellow force was a joke. But how these childhood events and plus like her upbringing may have influenced how she is today, or may have created the environment that she is going in today. I'm not going to go through all of this, but I am also going to explain why I have picked emotional as her response to any type of difficult. I'm not going to call it difficulty, but like just approaching certain issues or certain tasks that she has to do. She doesn't react in a logical way, in my opinion. She doesn't even have she has one way of reacting, and a lot of that opinion is just based on just what I've seen. I'm going to go through what I've seen to corroborate why I believe she's emotional in terms of reacting to certain things. I hope that makes sense. All right. Let me go into the chat real quick. God. Don't worry, you're worth it. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate that. Abel's Laura, by the way, you don't own these photos. Oh, by the way, thanks for that disclaimer. I'm gonna give it a disclaimer soon, Abels. RJ says, I have to detox from Laura videos after having dealt with 2 fake pregnancies, including one that was supposedly twins. I don't miss being single. I have been with my peaceful wife 20 years. So you've had this experience happen to you. Sorry about that, RJ, man. Damn. I don't even know what that is. I mean, the highest I've come to a pregnancy scare was when I was in university, and my first girlfriend told me that she lost the baby, like she had a miscarriage or something like that, and she didn't realize that she was pregnant or something like that. And I'm like, why would you tell me? Like, she told me as if she still had the baby, but I was like, wait, you lost the baby? He's like, yeah, I lost it. I'm like, why tell me? Like, and she was like, oh, that's a bit harsh of you. I'm like, no, you've literally just expressed to me that if the baby was going to be alive, I would never know about it. So why are you telling me now that he's dead? Doesn't make sense. But that's my closest. That's my closest to like some kind of toxicity when it comes to like, parental fronts and all of that. So that's the highest I've dealt with. I've never actually dealt with a fake pregnancy. That's actually wild. I mean, I'm surprised it's happened more than once, is what I'm trying to say. It's already surprising me that Laura's done this at least 4 or 5 times. Allegedly. I am not saying. Now it's time for me to preface this. I need to preface this now. Everything in this particular stream is all alleged. It's all alleged. It's all my opinions. I am not saying that Laura is doing anything. I'm not alleging that Laura is doing anything. In fact, I don't even believe that Laura is this person I am making out to be. It's just the figment of my imagination, which is what an opinion is. The figment of your imagination expressed. All right. Now that we understand the disclaimers, Laura, if you're going to sue after that disclaimer, just know I have nothing to lose. So you can bring it. I can counter sue. It's fine. We can do this. No, I'm joking. Okay. No, I'm actually not joking. But for the purpose of the chat, I'm joking. RJ Wright, Laura's abusive behavior is perfect. Cornucopia. That's the first time I've heard that word. Let me look that up. Define cornucopia. Why you guys gotta use big words like this? Cornucopia. What the hell is that? Damn, flexing as well. Damn, RJ decided to flex. Like, I'm gonna use this word that I've been dying to use since middle school. I know you've never used that word in other parts of your life before. I feel like you haven't. I'm joking. I'm joking. You probably have. Cornucopia means a symbol of plenty consisting of goals, horn overflowing with flowers, fruit, and corn. An ornament, basically. So that's actually a very good metaphor there. That's a very good metaphor. Overflowing of insults. That's... Yo, RJ, I like your writing level. Yo, I'm actually gonna take that. Oh. That's actually cornucopia. Thank you. Thank you, IT Goatee. No. That's actually a really good. I mean, in terms of imagery wise and what he was trying to say in terms of the insults, yo, that's a metaphor and half I can get behind. So anyway, so it says a cornucopia of insults to survivors of physical abuse, and I say along with those who have struggled with pregnancy, which I couldn't relate to that. That was powerful, RJ. Thanks for that. No, it's like when I found out the meaning, I literally understood immediately what it would mean, in terms of a story, in terms of, trying to write a poem. So I was like, yo, I liked how you use it. It's almost as if someone who is like a poet or someone who used to use in their life would use it. That's what I think anyway. RJ says the two were with two different girls when I was 20 and 22. The second one, twins, also attacked me in my parking garage, tried to break. I'm sorry, man. Damn, I'm so sorry about that, man. That's a lot. So, but anyway, as I was saying, do not come after me, Laura Owens. I have nothing to lose. I am very, very broke. Believe me. So even if you won, I'm not gonna pay you a cent. Yeah, I'm one of those people that just don't give a damn. Because I ain't got nothing to give you. So there's no suing here because nothing's happening here. I don't know, why is she like that? I even, before even starting the stream, I even hear that she sent it was literally live right now by Lauren Needite. Lethal Lauren. Apologies. Lethal Lauren. That she was even sending her cease and desist or something like that. Trying to file claims against her. Someone as litigious as that, I can't wait. Okay, let's just start with this so that I can get to exactly why she behaves the way she does. All right, so the 17 personalities. I'm not gonna. So let's start off with the personality traits here. And the reason why I say that she has potential daddy issues. Well, actually, no. Sorry. Before I start with personalities, let's start with the personal relationships. I meant to say, sorry. And why I think that she has daddy issues. Let me get the video up. And I don't know what her relationship with her dad is like. In all fairness, I think she's a lot closer to her mom. I'm not even trying to opine on the relationships with. I'm not trying to opine on the individual, if that makes sense. If that makes what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to basically opine individually on Jan or Ron Owens, the parents. What I am trying to do, on the other hand, is use these relationships to, whether it's good or negative, or what I think is good or negative, to see what effects that would cause Laura down the line to where she is now. So, for example, I already know, most of you already know so far, that Jan, based on the positive relationship that she has with Laura Owens, is most likely that is an enabling kind of relationship. I don't. This one This one annoys me because and again, when I'm done all of this, I'm going to like everything that I'm saying, I'm going to like repackage it into like a Substack article that I'm going to be releasing in a couple of weeks. I have also sent all my findings off to a psychologist that I know to see what he thinks. So when I get that back, I would love, and I mean love, to hear what that psychologist says. I am still collecting information to try and give a lot more information I can on that side that I could possibly collect, but I wouldn't be surprised if I don't get anything. Sorry, not anything. I don't get much information too much there because you need a bit more of a profile, a bit more of an in-depth to really go into that. But feel like I have collected some things that could give a bit of information. But all right, so this is why I believe she has potential daddy issues. Let me just go here. Oh man. All right. Okay. Now we got it. So this is the interview with Mike Marcini and Megan Fox. Let me try.
She would always have something. I mean,
hold up. And this is the part that she was. I think she was. Let me just fix this up. She had claimed that she had claimed that she was that she had tried to commit suicide, and it was due to her dad. How true it is, I have no idea. I have no idea how true it is. I'm trying to take care. Thank you. I always forget that. Apologies. Thank you for that. Hey, damn, always forget that. I apologize. They're all coming through now. Sorry guys. Sorry. I'll wait. Sorry guys. Okay. So in regards to this interview, this is why I think that she has that issues. It's basically how Mike Marcini basically ends up explaining what had basically happened with the dynamic between her dad and and the reason why she has her question. The reason why she did what she the reason why she said in regards to suicide when she was young. Oh, unaliving. Oh, flipping out. I forgot YouTube. Damn. Anyway, on why she was saying that she was going to unalive herself when she was younger. Well, when she was going through all those things. Now, it is coming from Mike, so it is his word. And at the same time, I don't know if Laura was even telling him the truth. So I'm working, let's take it on from here and let's see what that means.
Like I said, he had declining health. I forget what actual disease that he had at the time, or still has probably, but it would cause him to fall. And so, and I don't even know if this is true now, even looking back, like thinking about it. But he would fall. She would send me photos of him in the hospital or his injuries. And heck, for all I know, it could have been years prior that she was sending me these things. And I remember he had a cast for a while when we were dating. So I think obviously one of the falls was truthful, but yeah, she would always dingle the carrot. If somebody was sick, I remember like even at Christmas of 2016, when she was threatening to harm herself, she was talking about how this is going to be her last holiday with her dad and to please be around. And I'm obviously dealing with my dying stepdad, who ended up passing away a few months after that. But I just remember she was always trying to dangle some emotional carrot to try to get me hooked back in. And it was
the reason why I went here for daddy issues is because of the way he told that story, and mainly because of the motivation behind it, or what he believes is the motivation behind it. It's not necessarily the fact that Laura has decided to have, said that she had done XYZ, commit, commit suicide, etc. It's not that. It's not the fact that she even mentioned. It's not even the fact that she even mentioned suicide at one point. It's unaliving herself at one point, I should say. Damn, I'm so bad at this. Anyway, but it's just the mere fact of how or the means or why she has decided to mention these ailments. So as Mike Marachini put, which was a very good point from him, that when she would dangle this carrot, when she would come in and show all these injuries, it did play with his mind. But this, to me, and the reason why I say she has daddy issues is because it strikes me as someone that, I don't know the family life, but I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out one day that she was not particularly close with her dad, because to me these are attention-seeking behaviors. Manipulative, and partly I'm gonna go into why I picked manipulative later on the stream, because that's part of the personality trait that I believe that she possesses, and there's a lot of reasons to really show this, but definitely this is why I believe that she has that issues, because she has a massive attention-seeking issue, and you can, most of the times you get that because you have had some level of abandonment when you were younger, at least in my opinion. That's what I think. So due to that is why I believe that she has daddy issues, and why I believe everything that Mike went through, or at least I said that, he's gone through while he was with her for 2 years. I'm gonna show you a couple more examples to kind of show what I mean by daddy issues. 1 second, let me get it up. And I think it's here. It's part of. Let me get it up. Okay. This is part of the Haybell's all the best research that she's done. Because in here, she concisely broke down. Haybell's broke down. In here, in here includes the communications between her and I believe her and Clayton. Her and Clayton. Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was Mike at first, but it was between her and Clayton and her need for intimacy. And I didn't get this at first. I was like, why? I was like, because there is one pattern here, and I just couldn't get it. I was like, why are you, like, it's just this first line. It's just this first line. You guys can't see that too tough, can you? It's too small. All right, it's too small. Okay, let me try and fix that. Oh wait, that's not right. Okay. Yeah, nah. Sorry about that. Let me try and fix it so that you guys can at least see it in full. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen soon. Okay. So bear with me, guys. Quickly, I'll be quick. All right. All right. Okay. So you guys should see it now. You guys should be able to see it now. All right. Okay. So these are the communications. Immediately, the first thing I thought was like I would like to get to her tomorrow night and explore intimacy. Bear in mind, we already know. Obviously, I would love to ask it. We already know that they didn't. This is why she even pursued this case is beyond me, because she has basically just literally said right here and proven that they never had sex before. But I'm digressing. The point I'm making, I want to make with this is, she says I would like to get to her tomorrow night and explore intimacy. Obviously, I would love to. I really do believe in you and the message you want to spread. Blah blah. Obviously, they have known each other for some time, but like I said, the one pattern that is recurring with this, and the reason why I feel like this is a massive fracturing of a relationship between her and dad, one way or the other. I don't know what happened. I don't know what it could be, but I really believe this pattern where she is using manipulative tactics, one way or the other, to try and get into a relationship. Let alone like forget the essay, all those things, because I believe those are like a consequence or a reaction to an event. You know, it's not necessarily the main focus, basically. So when I see this, so what I'm trying to say is, for you to go, because we know that in 2014, I believe, it came out that she had accused another man of pregnancy and trying to be with him. Think in 2000, and of course we know about Mike Marcini, Greg Gillespie, and Clayton, and it's all the same. I want a relationship with you. I want a relationship with you, this and that. And she's using all of this on unhealthy methods. I don't think, I personally, I'm trying to stay away from the mental part because I don't want to go into like psychology on that. But I personally think she has abandoned. I personally think that she has deep abandonment issues stemming from whatever happened there. I don't know what happened there. What also drives this home as well, because when Bruce from Oregon said that, at least when I found out for the first time, that Ron Owens, had basically said to Laura that he had basically said to Laura, not Laura, to Mike, that Laura tends to make things up, or all of these things. Now, could it be true? Yes. Could the parents be in a hoax? I have no idea. But let's just say that no one is no one is none the wiser, etc. Let's just say that's the case. You now why would the dad tell Mike Marcini this and then goes around and support Laura? Of course, yeah, it's her daughter, but at the same time, I feel like there is a dynamic there in which Laura is the one that kind of decides what happens in that home, if that makes sense. I feel like there's a dynamic there, and I feel like something may have happened that just breeds entitlement, because she is very entitled. She's very self-centered. That's what I have also found in doing all of my deep dives into her. She's very self-centered, and so to me it comes think of Angelica from Recess. If you no, not Recess, sorry, not Recess, Rugrats. Think of Angelica from Rugrats. That's who, I don't know why, that's who she reminds me of. Let me know in the chat. What you think. Let me actually go into chat real quickly. Am I still echoing? Oh, damn it, I'm echoing again. Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot to turn it off. Guys, I'm so sorry. Flipping heck. I've tried to fix it. I thought it would do it automatically on its own. I will be more circumvent this time, but yeah. So yeah, apologies for that about that, guys. Apologies. I did not see it this time. So, Cat Lady Baralina says Laura had a lot of issues. I think part of them is Jan. Jan is also emotionally abusive, and nothing Laura ever done is good enough, except in public when she's doting love. When she's a doting love mom. I did ask this question. I was asking around, what was that growing up part like? If there was any kind of expectations from the parents. I'm glad you said this, because this does kind of give me a different idea. Now let me try and address based on, okay, I forgot to give a bit of my background into all this. I don't know anything. I don't know psychology, by the way. I've never studied psychology. I'm actually a business major. I graduated I graduated with a bachelor sciences, not bachelor sciences. So it wasn't bachelor arts. Yeah. So in business. So that's what I know. I have researched. All I've done is just not academic research in the terms of me writing a research paper or anything like that, but similar in a sense. It's just for my own personal fulfillment because I was going through a lot at the time and I needed to understand what was going on mentally. So ever since then, I have never really stopped looking at anything pertaining to psychology. So I do know a lot about this, but I don't have any accredit. Like, basically, I'm a dummy. Don't take anything I say as fact. Is basically what I'm trying to say. I only know business. You can feel a bit more at ease with that. But in business, I learned a lot about managing teams and personalities and all of those things. That's the knowledge that I'm working with here. So everything that I'm putting together of Laura is, if she was to walk into my organization and I had to hire her, where would I put her? How would I want everyone to be around her? Would I even hire her in the first place? So it's kind of like that, but I've just taken a bit of a departure from that idea. So that's my history. So that's my history, so that you know a bit of my knowledge level. Because anyway, and also both my parents work in mental health, and I talk to them all the time about this because they were with me when, primarily my mom. She helped me a lot during my psychosis recovery, and I've received a lot of packs from her, to like way more. To be honest, I request this. I'm very geeky like that. I requested this, and she always sends me her resources. So I'm always I'm always trying to be up to date, but just that I don't have the accreditation is what I'm trying to say, basically. Nom de Plume says, definitely not a dummy. You're a graduate from the University of Life. Of course. Thank you, Nom de Plume. I appreciate that. I love it. She's a rock band. She is. I mean, but isn't she Angelica though? She actually does strike me as Angelica. Like, I wouldn't say she's a bully because Angelica is more of a bully, but I wouldn't say she's like a bully like that. But definitely manipulative and passive aggressive like she is, 100%. Yeah, without a doubt. Absolutely, without a doubt. Absolutely, I see that. Oh, I can't believe I missed that part. Okay. Let me go back to this. Oh, no. Let me go back to this. It's actually funny. I can't believe I missed this part. I never said that, but no one can claim he didn't consent to what happened. We are both high. You both can't consent. Okay. All right. So anyway, this is why I believe that she. This is one reason why I believe that she has daddy issues. Based on what Mike Martini says and how she weaponizes that, it seems, and how she weaponizes the terrible experiences that she has been through, it seems that she weaponizes this, which in my opinion means that she's operating from a place of lack, because you wouldn't need to engage in manipulative behaviors or anything like that if you have some kind of if you're secure in yourself. I should say, in my opinion. As you know, she has a lot of aliases. Elizabeth Naylor is one. Liz, Elizabeth, Jan even calls herself by her own mother's name, Jan Black, Jan Owens, and I have no idea why she does this. I have no idea why she does this, because every time I'm thinking, is she okay? Is she going through multiple personalities kind of thing? Is she like someone that is, not gonna say schizophrenic, but someone that is like very adventurous, very imaginative, likes to but she's going on a extreme end where she would actually imagine. I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying I hope it's not something like she actually thinks something happened to her by someone and she wholeheartedly believes it, is what I'm trying to say. I hope that's not the case. I hope she doesn't have anything like, because I wouldn't be surprised though, but it just sounds like she's the type of person that would believe something that's happening in her head even though there is no shred of it in reality. In my opinion, that's what I'm saying. Just my opinion. Laura said after reporting him to the real estate board, while Laura said this after reporting him to the real estate board. Yeah. Oh yeah, the messages. Right. Oh gosh, is the echo back again? Oh, it's not back. Oh, okay, cool. Yay. Oh, thank God. Okay. All right. Okay, it's not back. All right. Let me read the rest of the chat. The story Mike Marchini shared about the plane ride to Iceland, and Laura needs constant reassurance of the strength of the relationship, and it still isn't enough. She strikes me as someone that I wouldn't be surprised if she suffers from BPD. She doesn't seem stable. I think she needs some level of chaos to happen before she can feel, again, this is why I feel like there's some kind of abandonment that happens, because the only reason why you would be in that cyclic dynamic is because you kind of want to experience what you experienced when you were younger, and if that was the normal environment you go with, it could seep over into your adult life, which when I read this again, if Mike Marchini was doing all this, and let me just go to it. Let me just go to the personality traits, actually, because I've got a lot to say about that. I've got a lot to say about that because there was a question. Because the way that Laura reacts when she doesn't get her way is very telling, especially if you're going to be in a relationship. To me, she is someone that is very, like I said, she reacts. Her main approach to handling certain situations is never logical. It's always emotional. It's always coming from an emotional plane. Can I call it? No, that's not even the right word to use. It's always coming from the emotional side or the emotional realm whenever she's trying to solve a problem. So that's what I think we were all seeing with Mike Marchini and all of that, because what he was describing when he was with her, especially when you said he was always trying to make her happy, this and that. To me, that suggests a lot of psychological abuse from Laura to him, and it doesn't make. I'm not surprised. He has been manipulated for so long, and the fact that he's been for 2 years with her, this makes sense because she does come across as manipulative. I'm gonna go to. There was. Let me go to the example actually. Sorry, here. This is my second example. Where is it? That's not it. I have it. I just think I posted. Yep, that's the one. Got it. All right. No. That's not the one. Yeah, that's the one. All right. Yep, share this tab instead. That's the one. All right. Can you guys see that? All right. Thank you everyone that's still here, by the way. Thank you everyone. I'm glad that everyone that's been doing the YouTube things. So let me continue. She's seeking for a guy to fill a hole in her soul. Yes, absolutely. I just realized something. You're handsome guy. RJ, say pause. See pause after that. Rosa, hi. Oh, I forgot to plug talk. Plugging. Definitely I'm going to be, there's a stream tomorrow, and we're gonna go through this. I'm gonna try and defend Laura Owens. I'll be joined by Rosalind and Lauren, so Leva Lauren. So don't miss for that. Don't miss that. We're gonna go through. I should be finished. We're gonna be discussing. I'm going to be presenting all the things that I found to them and like bouncing ideas off them. So that would be pretty much the stream tomorrow. I will bring out more information then. But thank you so much, Rosalind, for joining. Thank you. I appreciate you. So going back into this, so let me show you what I mean by the manipulation that she's going through. That she subjected Mike Maracini to. Oh gosh. Is that coming off well on this side, on this end? Nope. All right. No. Damn it. All right. So at least this one is a little bit better. So let me. Yeah, this one is a little bit better. Okay, so can I? Yes, I can. All right, this one's better. All right. So it says, so this is the email that was sent to Clayton. And what I want to show from here is and this is why I picked Manipulative. I want to show every part of manipulative action, because believe it or not, sorry for that sound in the background. If you're hearing beeps, I don't know what would possess someone to leave their car beeping. Apologies for that. I hate living in town. Anyway, this is why I picked. These are the reasons why I picked Manipulative as a personality trait. And there have been at least 10 examples listed on this, but these are the ones that I've found. Here it is. We're coming up on, so this part here. Let me try and find it. Where is it? Oh gosh. All right. First part of manipulation. In fact, I'm going to show you every manipulation that she's doing here. We are coming up to 2 weeks of me. The mother of your child. Again, we know this didn't happen, but she's saying the mother of his child. This is domineering. This is manipulative. This is gaslighting, because this is going to make Clayton be like, what do you mean he's gonna put him in a state of confusion. What? How could you be my mother if we didn't sleep? But anyway, being blocked on text messaging. Now she deflects. She shifts. This is why I said she has an emotional approach to problem solving. The blame shifting. And this is not even someone that is high on conscientiousness, because I put her down low as someone that is low in conscientiousness, because you can approach problems and solve them emotionally and still do well if you're high in conscientiousness. I can't say it properly. You know what I'm trying to say. And what that basically means is that you are the type of person that is just understanding, high emotional intelligence, and that's basically it. So if you're kind of like that, like more empathetic, all of those things, there is a way that you can solve problems emotionally. But because she's not high on that, she's quite low on that, it turns to negative ones. Like this one here says, being blocked on text messaging on every platform after you said that it was immature of you to have done that before, that you would not do it. you and not do it again. This is why I also say that she is entitled, because first and foremost, I get what she's saying. Broken promises are a bitch. In fact, if you told me you're gonna come round my house, we're gonna play PlayStation, and you don't do it, I'm gonna feel a type of way. But are you entitled to come round my house just because you said you are gonna come round my house and play PlayStation with me? No. Anything like this is the thing. With her, there is a loss of agency, which is what makes her, at least in my opinion, very someone that is how do I put it? Someone that is very manipulative. Not manipulative. That's not the word I was looking for. But someone that is abusive in nature. They will seek to remove your personhood one way or the other. In this case, what Laura has done in this particular way, at least disarmed him, put him in a state of confusion. If you're reading this, I'll be surprised. I won't be surprised if I hear Clayton say something like, I was actually reading this email, and I could even finish the first few lines, which would end here, the first few paragraphs. If he says something like that, I could even finish the first few paragraphs. I can tell, because it would be taxing already based on what Laura is already beginning to do. Now, after all of that, she goes on to say, you promise you will support me. She then goes on to say, you promise you will support me. Again, okay. But again, like I said, just because someone says they will do something, they don't have to. Everyone has an agency. They don't have to do as they said they would. Even, yes, it could be sucky for the person on the receiving end, but no one is entitled to shit. I mean, no one is entitled to anything, I should say. So, if Laura feels that she is entitled to have Clayton come and stick to his word at any point, damn what you say, I can now, if we go back into her childhood, you can kind of see how not just only the socioeconomic status that they have, but let's say that there was also not really the best upbringing for Laura with her dad or whatever with her parents. That also contributes to the entitledness, in my opinion, because I already do feel like when you have a child and you're from a well-off background, it will be a challenge. Not saying it's impossible. I've met some great, humble people that are from different backgrounds. That's not what I'm trying to say. But what I'm trying to say is that it becomes very difficult to manage that if you don't know how to. And if her parents didn't know how to, it's likely that she grew up to be entitled due to her socioeconomic status as well. But these behaviors does not reflect people that only were influenced by socioeconomic. Like this seems deeper than that. This just seems like someone that has been personally affected one way or the other by somebody that was of value for her at one point. Does that make sense? Let me come to the chat quickly. But the fact that the part that she even says people like you need to be held accountable is even ragged to me. It's funny to me. Fear of abandonment, histrionic. I haven't seen it, to be honest. I mean, maybe because we've seen our media. So I mean, she doesn't really. I don't know. Histrionics, based on what I've read and research, histrionics are very, very flashier than they're really expressive. I don't see that from. I see BPD though. I don't see histrionics. I don't know. I mean, I can see why you say it because of the because there is a video of her that I am gonna get to later on of her crying. So I can see why you would say that, but I don't think that's I don't think that might be the case. I don't know. I'm so looking forward to that stream. Yeah, I can't wait either. I want to see how I would do if I, I want to see how. Yeah, I want to see. I want to see how that goes. I want to see what Lauren and Rosa hits me with. Or Nom de Plume says people with BPD tend to need to be in a relationship. The single life is just not an option. That's true. And yes, and that's true, because even if we look into Laura's relationship past, Mike Martini's separation, even like it's a year apart. Like she met Greg after Mike, after Greg, she met Clayton. Like literally a few months after. So no, I don't think I don't think she's ever had a moment to introspect. And if she's ever been to therapy, I would love to know what she says about it, or what she said about her experience, because I would love to know how people like that actually react in therapy. I would love to know, but like I anyway. RJ says I hadn't considered the removal of personhood and agency that she does. The other day I got struck by Clayton being so direct with her that she wasn't respecting his decisions when he turned her down. Yes, and that's the first thing, because to be honest, for you to know it's abuse, you have to, that's the first, especially with coercive control and psychological abuse, that's the first thing you have to look for. You have to look for who is removing the person's freedoms, who is doing that. Whoever is doing that is likely your aggressor. Likely, not conclusive. It's not conclusive. It's just on average that tends to be the case. Tends to be the people that don't tend to give the most choices, that don't tend to be, respectful of their partner's wishes, etc. Those people tend to be the abusers, unfortunately. But that's just how it is. They just tend to be like that. And to me, immediately, like there is nothing wrong with saying no, I don't want to proceed with this. There's absolutely nothing wrong. In fact, I think Laura would agree with you that if she says no to Clayton and Clayton persists, that she would, that's bad. I think she would agree. So I think, we're all in agreement that there's nothing wrong with someone actually saying no, except Laura doesn't understand it, which is why to me she comes across as, it's not, this is deeper than socio-economic influence, to that self-centeredness, to that selfishness, to that. Let me actually get all the personality traits that I had highlighted for her, because I did have selfishness on all of that. 1 second, let me get all of it up. Oh god. 1 sec. Damn. All right. This wasn't it. All right. Okay. So personality. All right. So so I picked cautious. So it was cautious, unpredictable, apathetic. I feel like she is apathetic, so that was one of the personality traits that I had to narrow down. Cynical. I feel like she's deceitful. I feel like she is also impulsive. I feel like she's also insecure. I feel like she's also I definitely said that, manipulative. Reckless, resentful, stubborn, belligerent, callous, domineering, which is fickle, irrational, narrow-minded, obsessive, I already said that, paranoid, passive-aggressive, possessive, self-centered, short-tempered, volatile, overcritical, ambitious. I think she is determined, and I think that's all it goes. But this is just me, just based off the court readings, and of the information that's available. So based on that, that's why these first few parts stood out to me in this email. Now, the next part here is the part that bothers me the most. It really bothers me the most. And this is how she slowly really try to strip down Clayton. After stripping it down, you will see how she then flips the script. I will show you what I mean. So she goes on. So the part that she says here, your behavior. 1 second. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Where is it? Your behavior after. I'll just search it. Okay, there we go. Your behavior after discovering that I wasn't lying has been selfish. You haven't set up you haven't stepped up as a 30-year-old man would to be the mother of the child, to be there for the mother of the child when you are half responsible for the situation, which is cowardly. To me, this is and the fact that she went on as well to disclaim about the dark family response to, like, you know, the grandma unaliving, all of that, using that here. She is the type of person that is, I'm not gonna say is the opposite of resourceful. It's the toxic side of resourceful. She knows how to use she knows how to tax your emotional resources. That's the best way I can put it. She knows how to tax your emotional resources, because what she has done here is that she has literally not only tied this little sentence, like that little insult where she calls him selfish, by the way, that little insult is now tied into his manhood, which strips him of that little dignity that he may have, as well as guilt tripping him for not taking the mental health side of it seriously, because she's using that to say, you not being here for my child that is unborn at this point is akin to what happened to my It's actually dark and insidious when you think about it. It's dark. But she does all of this, and this is why I say, personally speaking, even if Clayton was 100% knows that he is the father, even if he knew that he was the father, this interaction is normal. If Clayton knew that he was a father, this is actually normal interaction, because who would step out? You see what I mean? It's nothing. It's actually normal for her to react like this. But if you don't think that you're the father, and if you know that you're not the father, and she's doing this to you, at this point you're gonna wonder, what the hell? Am I wrong in this? And she really, like, this is not just manipulative. What I'm saying, I don't want to call it a narcissist. I was really trying my best to, like, hold back from putting that as a trait, but this is very narcissistic. Like, it's delusional to bring up this conversation knowing that you two never asked. It's just weird. It's narcissism here. In my opinion. And then when she goes on to say, I have told you why my mental health matters. Let me go here. Matters. Oh God, mental health. Okay. She says, I have told you why mental health matters so much to me because of what I've gone through. Again, all of this is the weaponization only for personal gain, which is, we've been through a couple of previous episodes where we have where people make false accusations for many reasons. Financial reasons usually are the incentive, financial gain, but personal gain is the one that, it's not really linked to financial. It's just intrinsically it's just you get some kind of satisfaction from it, whether it be revenge, like, that, whatever feeling you get from it. And I think she's gaining, when she does things like this, she gives herself brownie points. In my opinion, I think that she really gives herself brownie points. And the reason why I'm saying all of this is to show that she's not just unhinged. She's dangerous. She's not just dangerous either. I think she's not even like. The real Laura Owens sounds dangerous, but she ain't. And I'm gonna explain why. And I'm gonna explain why she actually isn't. So we already know that she's manipulative, but then she does this all the time. She is dangerous. She will ruin your life, but so many slip-ups. She's very impulsive at the same time. She's very impulsive. And it's the part right here that she says, I have... It's the part right here that she says, I have no desire for money. She says here, I have no desire for money. I have more than enough. Which shows you that this is insidious. Like, she's right. She doesn't... If money is not motivating you, what is? If money is not motivating you, what actually is? Is it someone like in your childhood that done something bad to you that you just can't let go of? Is it that one that got away? What is it? And to me, I have no idea what it is, but that little tell, to me, it shows why she's dangerous and why she's doing all of this. There is a little ticker, a little timer inside of her that literally may give her like an anxiety rush if she doesn't do something. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if she doesn't do it, she might actually feel a certain type of way. I'm not sure if you get what I'm trying to say. Do you know what I mean? Hold up. Okay. So, let me go to the chat quickly. Communicating by email was a wise move on his part. Yes. Dated and in back... timed and dated. Sorry, let me read all that again. Sorry. Nom de Plume says communicating by email was a wise move on his part. Dated, timed, and in black and white. No refuting what was said. Absolutely. And if it was done by phone, we never would have had this. But the next parts that I'm gonna go in, like, I hate to see it because it's so textbook. It's such a pattern, but let me finish reading this up, and then I will get back to the reading. No, the prince says, is that beeping by the Martian calling you? Yes, I'm an alien. Time for me to go back to my planet. Yes, thank you, RJ. I'm glad it does. I was hoping. I was thinking I was trying waffle. Nom de Plume says, let's not forget, sometimes behavior like this is not down to personality disorder. Some people are just nasty. Absolutely. But nothing explains nasty. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I mean, personality disorders aside, some people are nasty. I don't know how to reconcile this, though. I don't know. I think this one is a disorder, because when you see her on the podcast and the way she talks and everything, you would never suspect it. You would, I mean, watching her on, like, Jordan Belfort's Wolf of Wall Street podcast, for example, I got a different dynamic. I saw, actually, it kind of makes sense, actually, why she's on Jordan Belfort. Yeah, maybe they do relate, actually. Yeah, maybe. Now thinking about it, remembering Jordan Belfort's personality from the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, maybe you can see the attraction to, like, Jordan Belfort, and like, but I don't think so. I don't think that's it. I don't think it's a natural urge to be, I must get to the top like he has. I personally think, I don't think it's personality linked, like, in terms of I think it's personality linked in terms of a disorder, but I don't think you can be just like this just without nothing being wrong with you, is what I'm trying to say. Like, one way or the other, without a disorder, without, I'm trying, that's basically what I'm trying to say. She gets nervous, and she gets nervous anxiety when she doesn't do it. She gets nervous anxiety when she doesn't do it. Oh, you mean when she doesn't get her way? Okay. I think that's what you mean. So we are coming up to like 1 hour 15 minutes into the stream. So let me quickly, let me go back into making my point, so that I can show you what I mean by Laura being dangerous, and why she's very manipulative, self-centered, and a lot of the traits that I've picked up, that I have mentioned here. Let me go to the form. A lot of the traits that I mentioned here, why I've done that. We are currently on manipulative, ambitious. This one is pretty much self-explanatory. I do think that she is very ambitious in terms of where she wants to go and where she sees herself. I think I'm only deciding that based on what she's done, especially with with her mother, etc. I do think that she has that kind of personality. So pretty much self-explanatory. But I'm gonna show all these four and why they make up, why these reflect these, and why our personality makeup is like that. It's I should say, why she is high on openness, low in cautiousness, high in extroversion, which just really means how sociable she is, and I don't know about agreeableness, but I do think that she is very, very high in neuroticism. If it's not obvious, I think that she's very high in neuroticism, meaning that she is very volatile, etc., not calm, not peaceful, etc. Okay, so let's go back into, let's go back into the article, into the email, sorry. So she says all of that, in regards to giving your, she threatens to, I absolutely have no issue going to the media anonymously after taking, she threatens to go to the media, or do all those things. All of this, in my opinion, is for compliance. The reason why I say it's all for compliance is because of this next part. Why? God keeps telling me that you're a good person. This is hypocritical. You literally just said that this guy does. Okay. God tells me that you literally just said that this guy is not stepping up, is selfish, is this and that. You literally insulted this guy. You literally told this guy he is basically a piece of meat, a piece of BS, because he wouldn't take care of this, this imaginary child that you have made up in your head. But because of that, you now says God tells me that, keeps telling me that you're a good person. So now, she's trying to tell him I have an internal conflict because I don't want to be with you, but God is telling me. You see what? Like, the communication, the way she speaks is so revealing, because I'm reading this. I'm like, you're telling me that God wants us to be together, not you, because you just insulted me, basically. So I can tell you don't want us to be together. But you're telling me that God wants us to be together, and you're fighting with yourself because you don't want to be with me. Hence why you're saying all this stuff. You're fighting with yourself to be with me because God is telling you. So that's this to me, this is compliance. This is manipulation, just so that she can keep that hook, that claw in there, for the purpose of, after I've done all that, I stripped him down, I'm gonna give him the good. That means he's gonna want me because I'm the best thing to have ever happened to him. It's like this is basically the first love bomb that has been shot at Clayton. So let's go to the second love bomb that was shot at Clayton. And these shots were successive. It wasn't even it was successive bang 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 shots. After she had said God knows XYZ, she goes on to say, I have never felt more empowered. Hold up, right here. I think it's here. Yeah, that's one. I've never felt more empowered. Bear in mind, she has just literally said, I have no desire to all this because of all that, being like, she has literally just stripped him down. So it's like saying, I could have had this guy if I want to. I'm not doing this for fame because I already have it. I'm not doing it for money because I already have it. All those things. She has already put it all out there to say, you ain't all that. Strip him all down and then be like, let's build him back up. And this is psychological abuse, basically. This is her engaging in high level manipulation, because she then goes and say, I have never felt more empowered in my life than we are doing real estate together, and crave feeling that and crave feeling that confidence again. That doesn't sound right. And crave feeling that confidence. That's not my reading. That's just her bad writing. Anyway, that is that it was because of you. There is so much about you that I find admirable, inspiring, sexy, and attractive. She's basically shooting our rifle bullets right now. You're smarter than you think. Another bullet. That's another bullet right there. Charismatic. Another bullet. That's 7 bullets. 7 love bombs being shot at Clayton. And capable of doing so much good in the world. That is 10 bullets. 4 shots right there. At this point, Clayton should be all loved up. But I don't think it's working. I know that if you and I tried things out, we would end up blanking each other to height in our careers. Like I said over and over again, you don't like me because I'm pregnant with your kid, not because of who I am. You haven't gotten to know me. And this was the motivation. This is the personal gain that she wants all along. This is what she's screaming for. It's sad because this is technically her confessing whatever is in her mind. You haven't gotten to know me. I think she does this because it's a paradox in her, because her real her is there, but she doesn't show it. And when she doesn't show it and people don't see that real side, she becomes neurotic, in my opinion, to then do all these things because she doesn't feel seen, in my opinion. I don't think you haven't gotten to know me. What do you mean you haven't gotten to know me? Based on everything that she said, why would that sentence be there? That is weird. It's all over the place. At least for anyone that's reading this with it, like, that is saying it's all over the place. But to her, this makes perfect sense. Because she's just trying to show him how much she cares for him. This is okay for her. And then she goes on to say, and it's been your loss. You haven't gotten to know me, and it's been your loss. I have shown you the qualities that other women were during the process. And that includes being brave enough to stand to you and hold you accountable for your actions. To bring it all back is the blame shifting. So, I love you. This is the manipulation at play. Everything that we just read is basically communicating, I love you, but it's your fault that I did this to you because you didn't follow through, and you need to be held accountable for not following through. That's the message in this email. That is the manipulation that she has. Why is it manipulative? Because this is the subject of the email. Laura Owens, the final opportunity to consider abortion. Based on everything that we just read, that message is not congruent with what we just read here. That is not someone that is, interested in having a relationship with someone. That is someone just interested in getting a bottom line. And she's doing everything she can, desperate as possible. And you can tell that she's desperate here because I think she knows what's she's losing him one way or the other. Chat, help me out. After this email, help me out here. After this email, did she go on to then claim essay? Was it after this email? I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Let me know, chat. Let me go to it quickly and just read a couple. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between borderline and personality disorder and yeah. It's even harder because the psychological abuse are the same. Well, very, very similar for bipolar, but BPD and narcissistic. So yeah, it's even more difficult then. Something I've also noted, I don't believe there has been a personal attack on our chat, just accountability. Not one insult about appearance or intelligent. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I think she's attractive. I think she's hella attractive. I don't know why I would want to insult her appearance for. Intelligence? I hope I'm not insulting it. I mean, I don't think she makes the smartest decisions, but I hope I'm not insulting it though. Her over the top crying when Clayton told her in person that he didn't want to date made me wonder about BPD. That's more could be histrionics, that one, actually. That one could be more of histrionics, but because of the over the top that you mentioned. If it was over the top, that could be more of histrionics than BPD. But again, it's so all these things is so. SA wasn't accused until February deposition. It was hinted around in the emails to Dave and Clayton, I believe around November, December. So that will be the November, December 2000 and... When was this email? Oh, damn, I just lost the date. Oh, 1st of 7th, 2023. So this email was 1st of 2023. So this would have been before then. So SA wasn't accused until February deposition. Yeah. Unless this article was posted on 7th of... Nope. I doubt it. I think the email was sent on the 1st. I hope so. Is the article... Actually, let me ask you, Haybels, because it's your... literally. Haybels, if you're still there, when was this... when did this event, or when was this email sent? I'm not sure whether it's the 1st of July and that's the day of the article, or this is the actual date or that the email was actually sent. So if you guys know that in the chat, let me know. No, only for your example, histrionics are, it's one of those ones that is very quite old. I think they are kind of, there are some traits that are, I don't know. From what I remember last time it was broken down, histrionics are not really too used a lot. I think I remember that when I was watching Deb v. Heard, and someone was reacting to Dr. Curry's finding of HPD and BPD, and the person that was breaking it down was basically saying that that the person that was breaking it down was basically saying that histrionics is basically a much older version of BPD or something like that, and it's just not really commonly diagnosed anymore. But if she was over the top with the crying, that is histrionics. That is what histrionics are. So if thank you, RJ. So if email was before the allegations, it makes perfect sense. It makes sense. She didn't get her way and she reacts like that. It makes perfect sense. So that's the first email. And like I said, when she said about holding him accountable for his actions, what was the purpose of the love bombing like that? You know, the love bombs, literally 10 of them that you literally sent to him literally above. What was the purpose of that? If you want to be brave enough, stand up to him, you're this. No. To me, all of this is manipulation. The main reason why I think, and this part right here, this part right here is this part right here killed me, because this is why I really believe, and I'm glad that you gave clarification that this is that this email was before the false accusation, because this part shows me why I think that she is a bit narcissistic. It's this part here. Let me read it. It says, being with me being with me would be a major win for you. So you wouldn't be doing me a favor by being with me. I would feel the same way if someone else was the father of my child. I would want to try to be together like most religious people do. And in fact, as you know, marriage was the likely outcome of an unexpected pregnancy. So I'm not asking for a lot, and make the decision together. To me, when I read this right here is the precise reason why I think in all of our relationships she has always been psychologically abusive, because this is where the narcissism unfortunately comes out. What do you mean being with me would be a major win for you? How? Look at what you're doing now. How would it be a major win for? Has she explained why would it be a major win for him? She hasn't explained what she would do. She hasn't even given herself points, of how she is the best compared to, she hasn't. What I'm trying to say is that there's no foundation for this coming up. None. I don't know why this would exist outside of, it's just her in self-centeredness, domineering, entitlement. It's just for all of that, in my opinion, because this is the most narcissistic statement that you could make in this whole email. It will be a major win for you. This is someone that wasn't doing it for a personal gain, but it will be a gain for Clayton. It will be a gain for Clayton if he dates her. That is I'm sorry. Okay, so Dave didn't disclose. RJ Wright says Dave didn't disclose them publicly, the essay claims, because of her shifting stories. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, okay, all right. And the reason, anyway, going back to what I was saying in regards to being with you line, why on earth would she make this statement? Why? What was the reason? What was the intention? Let me get it up. Okay. Maybe we could. It's this part. Is this part here? Oh gosh. Let me just. Okay. She says maybe we could decide to keep him or her, which would be a beautiful thing. If we decide not to, or maybe we would work towards having that in future. I know that we were brought together for a reason, and it's too bad that you've seen the reason as God just using me to guide you to another level. It's too bad that you have seen the reason God just used to guide you to another level. That was the motive, basically. That was the reason why she said all of that. That was the reason. It was covert. It was a covert, like, it sounded overt, but the reason why I highlighted that part first is because she strikes me as a covert narcissist at the same time. I can't help it. That is such a narcissistic statement, and the fact that it was followed by this statement that does look really harmless by its nature. It seems to me that this girl operates under the covers, like that's how, like, she's not the overt type. So this here, how do you go from "you'll be lucky to be with me" again, it will be a win for you, to maybe we could just decide to keep him or her, which would be a beautiful thing. The language, the tone, the essence, everything, the way it hits, it changes at this point to more flowery. At least the impression I'm getting. So if I'm reading all of this, I'm thinking, if I'm reading all this and I did have some kind of feelings for her, in some way, I can see how someone who might have feelings for her could be like, you know what, let's try again. You know what, maybe I am crazy, and maybe we did sleep together even though it was just a blowjob. Maybe that did happen. Maybe I was too high. Because again, there's a reason why she said, we are both too high, all of those things. There's a reason why that's her ploy, because it's like her way of gaslighting him. No, you're too high to remember. You remember the blowjob. I remember the sex. That's what. So to me, all of this message alone shows to me that she at least is the reason why I have put together that personality trait the way it is. I will give a much better thorough breakdown. I'm considering. Let me know in the chat, actually. Let me ask you, if I do decide to continue with this, style of analysis, where I'm looking at individual people, would you guys like to see it in a original video form or a live form like this, where it's more interactive? Because I found it easier to do the case files, where I can share my reports and all of that when I'm doing a trial. I find it easier to do, so I have no problem with that. But this one might need a bit of figuring out, and I wouldn't mind doing that if you guys actually want me to do something like this. So if you guys do want something like this, let me just type it in. Okay, so that's the poll. I've started it. So basically, the question is: do you guys prefer character profiles to be live or original? If you're watching this back on replay, obviously you can't vote, but like, let me know in the comment section how you guys would prefer it. But yeah, so whichever way you guys prefer it, I'll just run with it, because if you guys actually do like seeing these, I think I would know how to go about it if I get a bit more. You know, the more I do it and the more I get data. But yeah, thank you, Nom de Plume, for saying that live form. She prefers live form. Cluster B personalities. This is a very good tweet. Nom de Plume says cluster B personalities are antisocial personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, histrionic personality disorder, and narcissistic personality disorder. The antisocial personality disorder one is actually is quite common. I did not. I was actually. It was quite surprising for me to learn how common the antisocial personality disorder actually is. But yeah, thanks for saying all that, Nom de Plume. Crow Red Eye, welcome back. I have not seen you in ages. Thank you so much for returning. I remember you from the Deb V Heard days. I like. RJ White says, I like you either way. This is the first time I've ever actively participated with a content creator other than a little with Lauren. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for joining. I might actually do live now, but but yeah, definitely, guys, vote so that I would know how to better deliver this to you guys. Because if you guys prefer live and the interactive, then I would definitely focus on improving the live aspect. You know, making sure that everything is a lot more zippy and a lot more structured. Because I did not know how to do the character profiles live. It was new. It was new to me. I instantly knew how to do the case files one. I just no idea for this one. I visit you sometimes. Aww. Well, say hi more. I would have known. Say hi more. Definitely. If you have said hi and I missed it, I do apologize. But I haven't seen you since I released part 3, and I think. Oh, and the interviews. I've seen you on the interviews that I've done when I used to do it on a premiere. So yeah, no, I've seen you. It's just been a while, you know. But yeah, it's good to see you again, Crow. It's good to see you again. So we're gonna let me just try and sort this out. Okay, so we're good. So like I said, we're going to whichever. Honestly, I don't know which format is best for me for this one, because it's a completely different concept from what I do when I cover like cases, you know, trial. So it's a different concept. So unfortunately, I don't know if I'm comfortable with it. I don't know if it's my best. So it's why I'm asking, you know. So there's a significant depth of knowledge by the people that follow you. Haystacks blows me away. Oh, she does. Oh my God! Do you want to know what it was? What's even funny? When I messaged Hey, right, and just gave a description of what I'm looking for, she literally went to the source and picked out exactly what I looked for. Like, that girl's an encyclopedia. Like, it's a literal walking Laura encyclopedia. It's insane how much she knows. Like, I could like literally ask her, hey, I need this specific thing, and she literally knows where to look. Love that for her. Definitely support. Hey, man, she deserves all of the support. Okay. So let me go back to the point I was making in regards to the whole manipulation thing that I was talking about. So in regards to the whole manipulative anything, the reason why the statement maybe we could decide to keep him or her, which would be a beautiful thing. If we decide not to, maybe we'll work towards that, towards having that in the future. The reason why this is incredibly manipulative, incredibly domineering, it pretty much encompasses everything that I picked, that I said was her most toxic personality traits. You know, that, well, at least she had 4 toxic personality traits that I picked that I honestly saw her more of, because of the prevailing pattern rather than what she presents herself. Again, I was only looking for patterns. That's all. What traits were more occurring? Ambition occurred. That was our only positive that occurred more than once. Just, but outside of that, there were so many negative traits that were popping up that even narrowing the list down to just 5 was difficult. It was difficult. Anyway, but the reason why this was manipulative is even if Clayton had forgotten that they had sex, right? Let's say that he had even forgotten, and which is the context, because he doesn't believe or anything. But let's say that he had forgotten. It does take a new meaning, because think about it. It takes a new meaning now, because, like I said before, it's as if she's gaslighting him purely because of the fact that they were high or something. So she's trying to now use that to play on her mind. This manipulative trait is probably her single biggest trait. In fact, I think this one was the one that popped up the most for all of these men. And you got to think as well. And this is where I bring it all together, because this is where I personally think that she is not only deceitful, but also she is very... Is self-destructive a right word? Self-destructive a right word for this? I don't know. Let me know what you know what, you guys help me decide a word for this, because this is what she said. I'm gonna share this email. Remember this? I'm not sure. Remember this email? This was in regards to. This was in regards to Mike Marcini. Sorry, Greg Gillespie. Not Mike Marcini. Sorry. This was in regards to Greg Gillespie around the same time as this, right? And she's saying, all of this, she's saying that there was a pending FBI investigation, and that Greg had given her brain damage. At this point, like I said, I don't know whether she believes all this, because if she has brain damage, I don't think she actually... There are just some things you just like, really? You're going to say that? You're going to say that? Like, really, of all the things you could have said, that's what you're going with. Your ex beat you so much that he caused brain damage. Does she actually knows what happens when your brain actually, when you do have brain damage? Like, anyway. But but point is, the reason why I went here is because of the fact that she was making the allegations in regards to Greg Gillespie in this email. Literally making the allegations of of course being being raped, all those things, and all of this was with Greg Gillespie. Someone like this, in my honest opinion, I can't wait. I need to send as much information as I can for that psychologist, and hopefully they'll get back to me with something, because I would want to know the level of deceit that, like, I'm sorry. She is claiming. Remember, she not only has accused all these men of getting her pregnant, but she's also had abortions and miscarriages with them, all in a short space of time. Let me close off on this. I just got to close off this on this. Based on this basic overview of just her personality traits, what she comes across to me, all those things, just based on a overview, I would not. If I was to collaborate with Laura, if I was to, work with her, like anything like that, it would be, in my opinion, it really depends. I think that she is a type of person that can do business properly, but massive caveats. Massive. Because I really believe she's only alive as long as she has been for so long. Because unfortunately, I think based on context I'm saying, fortunately, she has had a mother there to at least ground her and keep a watch on her, so to speak. Because if she didn't have these parents there, who knows what would have happened with her, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if she would have made the right decisions, she would have met the right people, all of these to work with, etc. So a lot of that, in terms of her moves, ambitions, getting to where she is at the moment, I think is owed to her parents, and I think that's a lot of the reason why Laura may not be worse than what she is. I think, my opinion, based on everything that I've just read, based on her actions and all of those things, I think that this is so bad, because the thing that annoys me the most is because the same point I'm making is it's a paradox. It's annoying me. I hate this so much, because I make the same point in regards to the parents keeping her, but at the same time it falls apart because she is still doing this with the parents' guidance. It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Even with the parents still being there, it even looks like they're enabling her at some point. But the point I'm trying to make is, how bad would it have been if they weren't there? If it was already bad like it is now? Because I do believe that if the parents were not there, we might see a more dangerous side of where she may be even physically abusive. I don't want to compare, because that's not what I'm not trying to compare both experience. No, I'm not trying to compare both people here, by the way. Different people. But in terms of childhood and upbringing, I do know some things about the way Amber Heard was brought up and what informs her behaviors. So the way Amber Heard was brought up and the way that her parents were with her, the way that her dad was with her, according to depositions by, I believe, the girl from, forgot her name already. Damn, it's been a long time. The girl from Art of Elysium. I forgot her name. But the owner of the Art of Elysium, yeah, she knows Whitney, and she knew their family history. So she knew how they grew up. She wrote in a filing in her declaration that unfortunately Amber Heard was molested when she was younger, by her dad. Which does make a lot of sense, because that security is instantly gone. in terms of her behavior, that's crazy. In terms of gun, and it would make sense why he would, be more. Whether it's true or not, I have no idea. It came from, I forgot her name. It came from, damn it, Jennifer Howell. That's it. It came from her. So I don't know how truthful it is. I don't know if it's backed up by anything. But the point is, at least with that, I can see how that did lead. There is that dissent. So with that, would she have had a similar experience if there was no parents? Because, Amber is as volatile even with the parents behind. She's tried to keep the parents in her life, but it doesn't change those behaviors. It doesn't change anything. So, yeah, it's just a paradox. I have no idea if she would still be the same way, but I definitely do think that she is 100% volatile. I do believe she's volatile. And the only reason why I put down volatile, because I have nothing to show that she's volatile outside of filings and legal stuff. When I say volatile, it could suggest, going to that level, right? Punching somebody and, blowing up or all of those things. I think she's capable of that. But the reason why we haven't gone to see it is because on some level she has got some kind of structure that she can at least be optimistic about. It's not like Amber Heard, who literally had, who has had some challenges to navigate through, that you could say is life defining. I don't know much about, Laura in this case. I don't know about Laura in this case in terms of her upbringing to know anything, but I just think if the parents were out of the picture, this would be a lot worse. I think you'll be hearing Clayton and all those people report back having black eyes, all those things. I don't know. Let me just read the last few chats and then I'll give my final thoughts. My final thoughts. Non the says, gonna need medical evidence to claim brain damage. CT. It's not even CT MRI scan. Your speech will be affected. Your reaction time would be affected. There are so many things. Even if you look fine. That's why I'm like, I don't believe that. Brain damage is not it's not something you just don't claim it. It's not one of those if you're claiming brain damage, you need serious corroboration. It's like claiming cancer. You need serious corroboration. It's not, yeah, anyway. Hey Bells, hey. She's so manipulative, Laura. You are the problem. Yes, she is. I'm glad you said that too. RJ Wright says, thank you. I have the same frustration. She's still doing this with the. You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, that's what it doesn't make logical sense. I approached this from a standpoint of logic, from a standpoint of emotion, from a standpoint of a complete utter stranger to this case, from a standpoint of a best friend, from a standpoint of the worst friend, standpoint of an enemy, standpoint of an ex. I have looked at every angle to try and justify just this bit, and I can't find it. It doesn't make sense. You have your mom there, you have your dad there, you have these people there. Of course, you can still have them there and still not like them, which is fine. But how do you have the mother there and you're still going through all this with the mom even aiding you? And I'm going by the police cam because that's what aiding actually looks like. What the mother did on that police cam literally was aiding, because some of the things that she was saying, I'm like, this is not true. Like you could tell by her speech. You can even tell by how she was even trying to be careful for the words that she was speaking, that she was trying to choose in that scenario. Random girl, thank you so much. Hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm a bit behind, but I love the lives. It allows me to interact. You know what? A lot of people have chosen the 5 votes. A lot of people have chosen the live. I'll wait a bit more. I will do one more. Should I do one more poll before I go? I'll save it for I'll save it for another time. But if lives is what you want, then okay, I will put some stock into this and think of how to make it better for live stream, because I know how I can present this as a original video. But if you guys prefer the interaction and you guys like joining in and offering a contribution, I will be happy to, because I have way more video ideas to go. Ketchup Man is still needs to exist, and I have so much video ideas just for him alone. Forget Heinz, just for him alone. So it's not an issue. I can do the lives. I can do the lives. It's not about what makes me happy. I'm very adaptable. I'm very adaptable. I'm very resourceful. So, yeah. If I have to do another profile, I think I have something here to work with on how to improve for that next time, because, like I said, this was a whole new one. So this was a whole new one. So yeah. So what? Yeah. So when I right. So that's everything. Let me just give a bit of announcement. So, so this part, before I do go on to say all of that, let me just go to this video. This video is very important. Remember when I said that that Laura Owens was driven by emotion, volatile, completely XYZ, right? Remember when I said that? This is exhibit. This is the one video that I think would drive home the points from this stream, at least the points I've made from this stream. So, hopefully you guys see what I've been trying to say in this stream.
My name is Laura Owens, and I know that before.
Hold up. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's start again. So remember, she says, okay, this is a private festival video. RJ Wright, thank you so much, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, this will be more in depth. I honestly, this was an idea that came to me. It was an idea that came to me while I was doing the Ashley Benefield report. And I was like, actually, why don't I look into this? And, but I just never had it because, like I said, I've never had to, like, it's always been doing cooperation, like, in my opinion, like, all I know, knowledge-wise, is how to create these resources or these aids, guides, etc., for, like, abstract things, not people. If that makes sense. Abstract concepts, like an organization, not necessarily a person. I can always improve, but this will take a bit of time for me to get right. But yeah, I appreciate that, RJ. Anyway, this video, let me just get to the point. This video exemplifies everything that I said in regards to her being domineering, attention-seeking, manipulative, even ambitious. I will show you what I mean.
My name is Laura Owens, and I know that before I even started this video, people on Reddit, just by virtue of the fact that I'm speaking up for myself, have started threads about me where they're critiquing my looks, where I'm becoming a meme. And content creators like Dave and Steve are happy because they have something to talk about on their podcasts and YouTube channels tomorrow. So they have all of that. And what I have is what I feel like no privacy anymore, no reputation, no name.
Why is she echoing? I actually have no idea why she's echoing, to be honest, guys. I don't. I actually don't know. I actually don't know why she's echoing. Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah. I don't know why she's echoing. Unfortunately, I think it's just because of the. Maybe it's the interface I'm using. I have no idea. Let me try and turn it down. Maybe that might fix it.
And this is by no means a cry for help. I'm not suicidal right now. I'm not at all. I just feel like it's important for me to speak out and say that this is how I'm feeling.
Okay, I do have to say this. This part, like I said, when I was doing poems, the first three things that you list are the most three things that's important to you.
Right now, I'm not at all. I just feel like it's important for.
Okay, so when she said this part here,
and this is by no means a cry for help. I'm not suicidal right now.
Nope. That's not it.
No privacy. What I have is what I feel like no privacy anymore.
Privacy? What's important for her? Reputation is important for her. Name is important for her. These three things, these trifecta are what she cares about. Name, privacy, reputation. She does not. That's what's upsetting her. It's her getting found out in this video. This is Laura. The reason Laura done this video is because, in my opinion, in my respectful, unsolicited, no one asked for this. In fact, you guys can actually live without this opinion and live prosperous lives. In fact, millionaires without hearing this opinion. But my unsolicited opinion is that when I said that this woman was not only attention seeking, self-centered, etc., this video shows it. This is the first part of it. Shows that she is, again, selfish, self-centered. That's what she cares about. Reason why I say that's what she cares about?
Privacy
again,
anymore.
I didn't even watch this video to even make this analysis. This was the last one that was the videos came last. I don't when I request for anything like that, the media comes last because I want to go through the communications first, establish who the abuser is there first, establish who the person is before, because that would, if I don't establish that, that's going to skew my judgment going into the video. But this is
I have is what I feel like.
So even the fact that she is using and setting it up as you have this, I have this. This is not fair because I have this, you have this.
So they have all of that.
So what do they have?
Are happy because they have something to talk about.
Something to talk about.
Their podcasts and YouTube.
something to talk about. Why would she highlight this? Again, she's highlighting this because they have their, what does she have? Focusing on, reason why I'm highlighting this part is because I'm showing her self-centeredness and how she's why her need for attention is why this video exists.
Channels tomorrow. So they have all of that, and what I have is.
That's why she's crying, because she knows it's not fair. She knows it's naturally, not artificially, it's organically not fair that these people are doing, honest work and putting it all on blast, and because she's the recipient and she's not getting the benefits that they are getting, that's why she's doing this. That's what's upset her. She's actually not upset about being talked about. She's upset that not only is she being talked about in a much favorable light, she's not controlling the narrative. If she was controlling the narrative against Dave and she was having the upper hand, would this video exist? Be honest with me. Do you guys think that this video would exist? There is no such thing as vulnerable narcissism. It's just narcissism. It's just narcissism. You can't be vulnerable as a narcissist. Are you serious? You practically die the minute you become vulnerable. That's like their kryptonite. You can't be vulnerable as a narcissist. Nah, I've seen a lot of comparisons with Amber Heard in this video. Yeah. It's everyone else's fault but not hers. That's what exactly. Not that sound familiar? Exactly, Nom de Plume. That's what I mentioned earlier. She shifts because she approaches things emotionally. You are getting a lot of these shifts, especially with her bouts of emotion. What I'm trying to say is, it may not be technically that indicator, but I'm saying you can use that as, at least I'm seeing it as a byproduct or a symptom of the fact that she is actually not stable, because she's always shifting the blame, always, if it comes to her, it's like she's not emotionally equipped to handle it, anything that comes her way that could be putting the mirror upon her in any way, so she has to turn it around on you. And that's all I saw in the emails to Greg and Clayton.
What I have is what I feel like no privacy anymore, no reputation, no name. And this is by no means a cry for help. I'm not suicidal right now. I'm not at all. I just feel like it's important for me to speak out and say that this is how I'm feeling as a result of what they've done to me. And this is how it looks like if you've been cyberbullied, as I have and mischaracterized for months.
Do you know why she's crying? In this very moment, she is not only searching for what to say that could take her out of this situation right now, but equally, she doesn't care. Listen to what she's saying. She actually doesn't care.
For months.
She doesn't care. The only reason why she's crying is because you guys are exposing what she's doing. She doesn't actually care that you guys are actually talking about her. It's the fact that other people are listening to you guys talking about her and exposing. I'm telling you, if you guys got 0 views, this doesn't exist.
since I became pregnant by The Bachelor, there were two men who
I actually, I actually didn't know that. Okay, fair enough. I actually didn't know that. It's a character called vulnerable. This is the first time me hearing about vulnerable narcissist and etc. Very interesting. I'm gonna have to look this one up now. I've never come across. I've only know about malignant. I've only known about types of narcissists, but I didn't know that there was such a thing as a vulnerable narcissist. That's fair play.
have restraining orders against, who contacted that bachelor.
Wait, so that means vulnerable narcissist and covert narcissist must have been at one point interchangeable at one point? Because I'm trying to see how did that come. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it must be covert narcissism. It has to be. Because I was thinking, when did that come into play? I've never heard of that. Okay, never mind. Continue.
Who contacted content creators, and they decided that it was free game to talk about my past. They said that I had done this before, and in saying that I had done this before, they meant that I had been pregnant before, which I have. I've been pregnant twice before, which is something that I really didn't want to come out because I thought people would judge me for it.
This was the best bit. let me press play so that she doesn't accuse me of putting this on her to make fun of her. So.
And I did have 2 abortions in the past, but
let's fast forward it to where she is more satiable so that I don't get.
Not there, right? To say that, like I wasn't ready for that to come out.
Is she done? She done?
And I've been really harassed for it. Dave has made more than 50 videos and more like podcast content than I could possibly count talking about me. He specializes in Bachelor content, but what he's talking about has nothing to do with The Bachelor. It has to do with me and my past and shaming me for it.
Wait, doesn't Dave actually know Clayton though? Like, you can't just, don't be disingenuous. You can't just put it out like that though. Like, you kind of have to say that they're kind of like friends. Like, doesn't he, like, am I, like, because that would be if I see my friend that was on The Bachelor, that I have this happen to you, I'm having my friend, I'm covering that 24/7. If my friends ever get jammed up and they're going to, and like they're in prison, they're going to trial, I'm covering that case. I don't know what friend she has, but I don't know what friend I would be to cover criminal cases. And my friend is in a jam and I don't cover it. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. I don't think she has friends. You must not have friends for this to actually upset you, like for you to present it like this.
And it's like I feel like anything that.
Okay, I'm tired of the crying, and to be honest, I'm tired of crying. I'll just get to the point. The 3 times that I've paused in those times that she has gone to cry and done all those things, those 3 times, she is gasping for breath. She is literally out of breath because this is an overload. She has no idea what to come up for the reasons why these people are not only talking about her, but why there is documented proof out there that you have been pregnant these many times with these many men, and she cannot for the life of her think about it. What we are seeing right now in her face is pure fear, pure unadulterated fear. And if she wasn't so impulsive, she wouldn't do this. But because she is, and she just has to control the narrative, she has to control she has to say the last word, she has to have it in. Because of that reason, it's why she's here exposing herself. Because what did she give you any reason? Any reason? No, she just says, yeah, this happened. That's it. Oh, this is happening. Cry. Yeah, you're being manipulated. That's how she is. You're being manipulated. And if it works, you're going to believe her without absolutely anything. She hasn't given you anything. If she said, actually, this was what happened with the guy, this was what, all those things, I'll be like, okay, cool. We got something to work with. She's not giving us anything. There's no reason to, let me just, So I don't think, 3 minutes more, she just talks about something else. It's not really important. But the point I wanted to get here is, look how she's emotional here. I do think this is real emotions, by the way. Tears or not, I think this is real emotions. You cannot, unfortunately, fake the redness. Unfortunately, I can mask it. I was blessed like that. Let me start again. The point I'm trying to make is you cannot fake the redness here that easily, because I can tell these are real emotions, but it's not the emotions she's trying to project, which is why I think a lot of people are getting the vibes that they're getting, because we all humans are smart creatures. We can tell projection from an actual image. We can tell the difference between an actual image and a real projection. So when we're seeing that, that's what we're seeing. We're just seeing a lot of projection, because she's trying to tell us, I am sad that this is happening to me, but we don't know why she's sad. Why are you sad? She hasn't said anything. She hasn't given any reasons. And just like this reason, this video is a perfect reason to show she's not only unpredictable, but in any different environment, any little tweak, she could be volatile. I don't know if she's even more volatile now, if that makes sense. Like if she's even worse now or back then. I have no idea. But for some reason, something tells me like the only reason why she is the way she is because of the circle that she is around, and she has gotten to that age that she is kind of set in her ways. So if this is kind of all she is able to do, I think this is all she's capable of doing. But again, like I said, unpredictable, volatile. I don't know if this girl is going to be the type of person that, let's say, I have no idea. Could she be the type of person that if she loses this case, she picks up an axe and comes to your house and breaks everything down? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that. But I'm just saying, is she just unpredictable? I'm going to end the stream. I'm glad I let it run this long, because people on replay, I do apologize. It is 2 hours, 30 minutes long. I hope that you have enjoyed this. I do try to keep things under 2 hours. But hopefully there is enough here so that whenever we decide to do another profile dive, we can dive into different aspects of her personality, or different aspects of, reactions to different scenarios and situations. This is kind of, this is what I like talking about. I'm glad random girl, not random girl, sorry. Hey Bell, sorry. When you said that, let me go back to it. One second. I'm trying to find it. Oh, where did you say it? Hey Bells. Oh, okay, yeah, there it is. She says, Abel says, so again, I'm behind. This video is great. Please don't change anything. This was so informative and helpful to give a more rounded picture of who Laura is. So I won't change anything. I will try and maybe expound more and try and look into her other areas that I may not have explored today. I don't think we've discussed too tough about her life and how, but to be honest, I don't have enough data on that, so maybe that's why. But what I'm trying to say is, that there is a lot to that could be discussed. There is a lot that could be discussed. There is so much more, and yeah. So if this is the type of format that you guys like, then yeah, I will stick with it. I will stay up. I mean, I'm gonna stay up to that, but I'm definitely going to be looking at improving this stream for the next time. So definitely, if that's the if that's the case, then yeah, I'm looking forward to next Wednesday's stream. Next Wednesday, unfortunately, they missed the whole Mr. Beast issue has taken everyone by storm, and I have considered looking at that situation if it does decide to go. I mean, because I don't know if it's gonna go to trial. If it does go to trial, I'm covering it definitely. But if it doesn't, which does not seem likely, doesn't seem like it might, I might do a Mr. B stream, but I'm in two minds because a lot of it is to do with these illegal lotteries that he's been told that he's behind. But this now, before I close off, let me go off with Ketchup Squeeze. I am going to end on this. So this week's Ketchup Squeeze. Okay. This week's Ketchup Squeeze is none other, and this is where I go through and show you the stories I have been exposed through this month or this week alone. There was one story that I actually found this week that was very interesting, extremely interesting. It was this woman. Let me share it. Let me go here. Very interesting. Let's close out the stream on this. I always close out the stream on with Ketchup Squeeze, and this was the story of the woman that basically claimed that she was raped by a former UFC fighter. Fine. So this is what she had to say. Oh, she claimed that she was raped by a famous UFC fighter. She claimed she was raped by a famous UFC fighter. Sorry. So this is what she had to say. Sorry about that.
That I was with him was to ask me to help him put it in. I tried to put it in, but I was nervous, so I couldn't. So he did it, and he put it in my ass, and then he assaulted me. Afterwards, he got up, he took a shower, I laid in bed, just kind of like disassociated, not even really like realizing what had just happened. I'm scared as fuck, and I don't know if I can use the shower, and I'm scared to ask him. So I just go to the bathroom and I sit on the toilet for a few minutes while I literally bleed. I come back to bed after going to the bathroom. He kisses me on the forehead and he spoons me to sleep. His translator and my friend came in the next morning, woke us up, I get dressed, they get us an Uber. We go back to our hotel, pack up our stuff, and that's it. That's what happened. I don't really know what else to say, and I don't really expect everybody to believe me. I knew that nobody was gonna believe me just based off of that TikTok that I posted. I guess I just wasn't expecting as many threatening comments.
What do you mean threat? Okay, so just to give this story is crazy because she had consensual sex with this guy. She wanted sex with this guy. They had it together. They they done everything. Then after all of it, she then goes on to claim grape. This is this has I'm tired of this. I'm actually look, guys, like it's not even damage to real rape victims at this point, because at this point people would be asking what rape victims. But at this point, who cares at this point? Nothing happens. She can do this. I mean, I'm actually happy that nothing happened to Alex in the end. I mean, I think. Oh, sorry. If she only had, if only she had known what was in store for her that night. It took me a while to find the courage to come out and say this, but I've been struggling so much with my mental health. I can barely get out of bed these days. It's eating me alive, keeping it inside and not talking about it because I'm scared and I'm hoping it will help me heal this. Um and not feel so alone. I know some people won't believe me and think I'm chasing clout and stuff like that. But I just want to feel normal again, and I'm just happy. I'm hoping maybe finding the courage to tell my story is the first. What story? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. But she is posting this out there and putting it out there as if she was actually grape. I don't know what is it, the education? What is it? How do people not know what grape is? It's literally non-consensual. If you say yes and you're doing it and it's done. You've consented. You can't, I'm sorry, you can't just like after it's done, that's just cruel as like in what planet is this okay for someone to just decide I'm going to, and she does it blank face. She, bear in mind, she's not even blinking. She's not even like, she's not, there's no thought for how this is going on for him or anything like that. It's literally her, all because she just regretted not sleeping with him. This doesn't make sense. This, and again, like I said, nothing is happening with her. And on top of that, on top of nothing happening with her, I don't think, I haven't heard anything about him losing his, he's retired now, but this shit, it's just got to stop. It's just got to stop. Like tougher measures has to be brought in because it has to stop. You can't, you literally, it's either you improve the education and literally do a worldwide campaign of what consent actually is and how you can't just decide I didn't consent no more, or you start persecuting people, because this is, I'm sorry, but I just thought I share that story. That was the weirdest story I've come across. I did not think I would actually come across a story today of someone coming out and the other person didn't even come out to refute because she said herself, we consensually. But she's saying it doesn't make sense. Just so funny. Anyway, let me read the final chats and then I will go. Did she say translate? No. I don't think that's what she said. No, I think she said consensual. I don't think that's what. I don't think she said translator. Hey, wait, what? Everything sounded consensual in that story except what she described. It was consensual. She literally, yeah, because like that's what the only thing I could probably say is she was probably one of those girls that probably wasn't, up for it at first, and then later on, maybe if I'm being, but she hasn't said anything like that. So I have no idea what she's even trying to achieve with this. Crowbedai says, I don't understand people who make false claims. I just do not. Neither do I. Absolutely, neither do I. This is the problem. These women get rejected and they go scorched earth. Absolutely. The thing with this with Alex Pereira though is that he didn't reject her. He actually has. I don't know what. Unless she wanted something more in the end. I don't know. I mean, from what the story she told, it didn't seem like he wanted anything more. He just like they stayed over. You know, they slept together. They had fun, and they moved on. And next thing, you know, I don't know. These poor men. Why are these women out there ruining lives? So, yeah, I I personally think they don't know. Well, with her in our case, I want to believe she doesn't know better, and I want to believe that it's a system that has not educated our they have not been educated on consent and what it actually is, because because I think people believe that they can take consent away at any point because someone may have said that they can, and they don't know what that may mean in context, and they just I don't know. Random girl says, to be frank, I'll be mad if I consider it to straightforward sex and then something else happened. If she's talking about that, because I think, if that's what she's talking about, then this is the army armor situation then, because all the army armor situation was they didn't just like some part of BDSM. That was it. That was his situation. But this is, I don't know if if that was the case where she didn't want it to stick, then yeah, maybe, but that is still not great. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't come. I don't know. I would message the guy and be like all the girl. At least I would recommend that you message and be like, I know I said I didn't want to do this. Why did you do that? And then having dialogue that way, rather than coming on like, what does that solve? Anyway, sometimes the dude just slips and hits the wrong spot. Okay, I'm going to bed. Crow red eye. Now I know why you got red eye. All right. Okay. I know. All right, settle down. I'll go to sleep. All right, that wasn't the best joke. All right. Alrighty. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. That was Ketchup Squeeze, and it was worth the wait, wasn't it? It was worth the squeeze. Thank you so much for everyone that tuned in. I hope that you are enjoying the replay. We will have more streams coming up definitely next week. I will be posting that in the community post, so keep an eye out for that. I haven't decided on what I want to do for next week just yet. I'm still in two minds between Mr. Beast and continuing. I don't want to do back-to-back profiles of Laura just yet because I need to get back, wait until the psychologist that message get back to me and what he has found so that I can put together a report. But just to announce, I just want to make a few announcements. The stream tomorrow is literally, it is I'm going to be defending, trying to defend Laura Owens against Lethal Lauren, as well as Rosalind Duke. So those two are going to be doing, they are going to be literally spinning circles round my head. So so that's tomorrow. So that's literally tomorrow, same time tomorrow at 7 p.m. So that's tomorrow over on our sister channel, Ketchup Court. And then on Sunday we have the Unintentional Juror podcast, where we are going through the details of the Alex Telles trial. I believe the MV versus Alex Telles. So another cover-up trial, by the way, So we're gonna be providing updates for that. And I cannot actually wait for that, because this case does seem very interesting. Outside of that, that's pretty much the announcements. I am going to be releasing the Substack as well as the Patreon. I have decided on on what to do now. Yeah, the services I want to provide. I definitely want to make these guides and these guides that I'm making, these reports, I want to make them free for all members. I want to make them easy and accessible for you guys. So if you guys are members and you want access to reports, send me the request. And yeah, I'll let you have it through on Excel before I release it to the masses through Substack. So while I'm covering a trial, for example, you guys will always have updated copies. You guys will always be there before I release it to the public. You guys will always get to see it first. So that's the plan going forward. On top of that, going forward, like I said, we're not just launching a Patreon, but also launching the Substack. And yeah, so if you guys ever feel like supporting the channel in any way, consider sending a super chat in any, or a one-off donation. It really will help a lot. But that's what you guys would want to do. I personally like to offer you guys for whatever you guys want to give me, which is why I made the Substack and I've made the Patreon, so that there's an exchange. But if you guys decide to donate and help, it would really help. But yeah, I can't wait. Thank you so much, Crow, for for saying that this was a great stream. I appreciate that. Hey Bells, thank you as well. I'm gonna sign off now. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Random girl, thank you for being here. Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow as well. I can't wait to see how. Yeah, that is a great question. That's what I'm going to be spending all night trying to figure out. How am I going to defend this bitch? I didn't think I would swear this much today. I'm actually pissed. I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I'm actually going to defend this girl. Anyway, I'll just leave it there. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, guys. It's been a pleasure rocking with all of you. Cannot wait to do more of this. If I will definitely. I might even do a profile on OJ Simpson. See what happens there. Profile on his son too. See who did it. I'm joking. But yeah. Take care of yourself. But she tried to smear the privacy, reputation, and names of family men. We'll leave it there. That's a great way to leave this conversation. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I wish. Oh, thank you, Havers. I wish myself luck too. I need it. I wish myself luck too. Oh God, I can't believe it. Well, let's see how tomorrow goes, shall we? All right. Take care of yourself, everyone. Have a great evening. And yeah. Heinz forever. I'm joking. All right, time to deliver my TLC package. Everyone, go back and forth in the comments. Make sure that you do not be a creep. Be respectful, and most importantly, no matter who you are, no matter whether they're a scrub, whether they are the men that does all the right things out there, make sure that you share this with all of them. Everyone that you know, make sure that you share. Even the no scrubs, let them know as well. I hope you all are getting these references. Anyway, take care of yourself and have a great evening. Bye bye.